What's up, y'all? It's been a while since I made a video. I think the last one was building this workbench right here. But sorry about that. School and work has kind of just been really swamping me recently. So I have a little break. I've been having a lot of midterms this week, so I have one more next week, and then after that I got a little bit of a rest through spring break. So I'll try to bust out some videos by then. But anyway, since before the last car content, really, since then I have installed long tube headers, which I did install myself. I installed long tube headers, which I installed myself, which was a whole pain, and I didn't video it because like a 14-hour job, I think. It was brutal. I have also done some little tint modifications. You already know about the bead locks, but now I have my matching fronts. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen that already. But the whole purpose of today is, so you know that I have a race clutch in the car now, and ever since it's been put in, it's been giving me issues. And the reason it's been giving me issues is it shifts great, it holds the power great, but the drivability, slow speed starting out sucks. Because let's say whenever it's cold, it locks you out of first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, and reverse. What I have come to the conclusion with a lot of help from the Mustang forums, Mustang6g.com is my absolute favorite website. I definitely recommend, if you have a Mustang, to look up something on there, because whatever problem you have, someone's probably already had it and they've solved it. But anyway, I've looked at hours on the forums, and what I found out is I kind of knew this because I could tell whenever I was able to get it into gear, if I push in the clutch, sometimes the car would lurch forward, which means the clutch isn't fully disengaging because the discs are still grabbing just a little bit. So what I originally thought was that the throwout bearing will need a spacer. But after looking up more, the people that made my clutch, it's a Lethal Performance clutch, but it's made by McLeod. So their clutch geometry is already set to be used with the stock throwout bearing, so it shouldn't need it. The throwout bearing should be disengaging fully, but it's not going all the way out. So there's a couple things of why this is happening. First thing is I have a stock clutch line which is made out of plastic, and what people have said is those clutch springs are a little bit stronger, so as it's compressing more, it's giving more resistance, so the clutch line is expanding ever so slightly to where it's not allowing as much fluid to get to the throwout bearing. So to fix that, today we're installing a stainless steel McLeod line. Another issue is there might be air in the lines, because if you've ever done a clutch on these cars, you know there's a lot of, well, it's very tedious to bleed this. You have to pump it 1,000 times. So to fix that, I also heard this from the forum, I bought a vacuum pump. So I got the Mighty Vac vacuum pump with the corresponding little rubber stoppers that I'm going to put on top of the brake reservoir, because it's all one thing. But as I'm pulling a vacuum on that, I'm going to be pumping the clutch. So basically the vacuum is going to cut the pumping time to bleed it in like a quarter. It's supposed to help a lot. So I really hope that this helps it. If not, I don't know. But let's just finish this out and we'll see where we go from there. Alright, so the new clutch line is in. Still kind of have to route where it goes. You can see it right here. It connects down there to the clip. I did not video that because there's plenty of good videos out there, especially one by Steeda, which is actually the one I watched to make this. But what I'm going to do now is pump it a couple hundred times, the clutch pedal that is. I'm impatient, so I bought a vacuum pump. I think I mentioned that already. Whatever. I'm going to pull a vacuum on the reservoir, pump it, release the vacuum, and just keep doing that until I'm done. And this should drastically speed it up. But yeah, I'll get back to you once we do that. Now for the fun part. Just do that a bunch of times. What's up? Just give me a little update. So far, the vacuum pump has helped tremendously. Like, it's already feeling good after like, man, I don't know, a couple hundred times. It's not taking that much, but I'm just gonna keep doing it a few more times just to make sure it's really consistent. And then I think we'll be ready to test it out. If anything, this feels softer. It also could just be because it's still bleeding. But anyway, I'll get back to you whenever it's actually completely done. All right, so I finished bleeding the clutch. I just turned it on, shifted into first while it was sitting right here, and the wheels didn't move. So that means the clutch isn't dragging while the clutch is disengaged. So theoretically, it should work. So I'm about to lower the car down and we'll actually take it on a drive to see if it actually does work. All right, y'all, it's been about 2 days since I finished the install on the clutch line. And since driving, or since the install, I have launched it, done 20 roll or second gear rolls, driven it around town, gone into reverse parking spots, gone to a meet, pretty much all the normal driving that I would do. And the first day that I had it done, it almost caught while I was driving in first gear, but it didn't really happen. And then after that, it's been like butter. Like it feels like I was shifting the stock transmission, except I have the MGW shifter, so it still has like the precise notchiness, but it like goes into gear like it was stock. Literally the only bad thing about it is the let's see, I have the, what brand is this? The McLeod clutch line. So you can see it's a tad long, so it kind of sticks out there. But literally besides that, I have no complaints. And like another thing is, ignore my toes, but whenever you push in the clutch, there's no give. It's just straight. Like it's so smooth, there's no flex. It literally feels like my foot is pushing in the fingers on the pressure plate on the clutch. It feels so good. And the problem I was explaining before was whenever I would put in the clutch and the car's running, it would lock me out of first because what's it called? The clutch fingers were still grabbing. Now, as easy as I could shift in and out while the car stopped is as easy as I can shift when the car is running. And the only issue that I kind of have sometimes is reverse is still a little notchy, but that's also understandable because I have a solid twin disc clutch that's not sprung hub. It's a solid hub, so it's already a lot rougher. I have the MGW shifter, so it's not perfect, but I'm not locked out anymore. And I was quick shifting. This is a stock MT-82 with a clutch and a shifter and the line now, but I was able to quick shift it. Not power shifting, because you don't want to power shift the stock transmission, but literally how it sits, it could handle it. So all in all, I'm very impressed with this install. I brought the drivability back, and I've been very critical trying to make it catch and lock me out. I even went through a drive-through, and it was just sitting, going to first, inching, taking it out, going into first, 0 lockouts. So this has definitely fixed my issue. Also, the vacuum pumping the brake fluid reservoir tremendously helped. It literally only took me 30 minutes to fully bleed it, and after that it was pretty much done. Like, and after a little bit of like a day or two of driving, after that 30-minute bleed, it's pretty much back to normal. And I'm sure it might get better if there's any air, but I doubt there's even any air left in it. But all in all, very happy with the install. I'm so happy with driving it. It feels back. It brought the drivability back. So very happy. Thank you for watching. Next video, I'll try to get a full header sound clip video, kind of similar to how I did my old exhaust video, because it sounds completely different. It's stupid loud. And then I'll also try to do some more 0 to 60 times, quarter mile times, because since the last one, all I did on the last one was a clutch, and now I have an ice tank, heat exchanger, and a tune. And I will say this thing can beat Trackhawk's tuned R35 GTR, and there's another one I'm missing, but so far on the tune, that's what this thing has beaten. I'm guessing 700 wheel. I don't really know. Don't want to say that until I actually get it dynoed, but we will see. But thank you for watching, and I'll keep y'all updated.